If you're still trying to make dinner plans this weekend, with Mother's Day coming around, you're in luck. Today, AAPI Restaurant Week kicks off in Chicago.
Yeah, whether it's a casual bakery or Michelin-rated restaurant, the event showcases the culinary diversity within Chicago's Asian American and Pacific Islander community. There's special deals, they got discounts. And joining us now to tell us all about some of the restaurants participating is Mabel Menard, president of OCA Greater Chicago. Good morning, Mabel.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
No, very happy you're here because, oh my goodness, there's so many great Japanese restaurants in Chicago, but you think one in particular, 2D Restaurant in Lakeview, stands out. Tell us why.
You know, the thing about Asian restaurants is there's so much diversity, and we want to make sure that people are aware that, like, for example, Japanese restaurants is not just sushi and ramen. There's a lot more to it. So what we want to do is showcase and highlight restaurants that are owned by AAPIs.
Oh, that's amazing. And what about the 2D restaurant? Can you tell us about that on Halstead?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the thing about them is the interior is amazing. It's monochrome comic book scenes. So when you walk in, you feel like you're inside a comic book. But they also have mochi donuts, Vietnamese coffee, Taiwanese fried chicken sandwiches, and a lot more. And the coffees are really good.
Oh, and I've seen it on Instagram too.
The pictures look delicious. So next you suggest Chicago Curry House in the South Loop, going down in that part of town. What can you tell us about that place?
A lot of people go to Indian restaurants. So I think a lot of people are familiar with Indian restaurants already, Indian food, but Nepalese restaurants are a little bit, although we're getting more and more of them. And I want to showcase Nepalese restaurants because it's a little bit different. A lot of times people go to a Nepalese restaurant and they order from the Indian menu. And I want to make sure that people are aware that there is a whole different menu where the food is a little bit different. It might look familiar, but not quite. Like, for example, I love momos. They're dumplings. And then they have chow mein, which is kind of like Chinese, but not quite. But that's because there is a lot of Tibetan influence.
Oh, wow. And you're suggesting, you have another suggestion, excuse me, that there's cuisine that many people, including myself, haven't heard about at all. What can you tell us about Capitan in Lincoln Park?
Capitan is the only Peranakan restaurant in Chicago. And Peranakan is basically Nanya cuisine. And if you're not familiar with what Nanya cuisine is, it's actually Malay-Chinese fusion. So a long time ago, when Chinese laborers, obviously they were men, went to Malaysia, they married Malaysian women. And so their wives learned to cook for their husbands, but they would infuse their own spices and everything else in there. So a lot of times the food looks Chinese, but not quite. They look a little bit Malay, but not quite. So I'm very happy to be able to showcase them because the food is very different.
A nice fusion right there. So for our neighbors back up north in Rogers Park, you suggest some fine Cambodian dining.
Absolutely. It's the only Cambodian restaurant in Chicago. Cambodia, a lot of times, the cuisine might be subsided into Thai restaurants. So you may not be aware that there is a completely different cuisine in there. A lot of times Southeast Asian cuisines, they're very similar, but want to make sure that people are aware, like Cambodian food is a little bit different.
And so there's also a place, it's called Laos to Your House. Is that how you say it?
Exactly. It's Laos to Your House. It's the only Lao restaurant in Chicago. Although there are other Lao restaurants in Elgin, there is a fairly sizable Lao community in Elgin, but it is the only one in Chicago. So again, we want to make sure that people are aware when you go to a Thai restaurant, there probably is Lao food in there or on the menu already, but you may not be aware of it. So we want to make sure that we showcase what they have to offer so you are aware of what Lao food is really like.
Well, from the looks of things, we know the food won't taste lousy.
Not at all. Not at all. Mabel, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Love just like that infusion of culture all around our city. It's always nice. AAPI Restaurant Week runs today through May 21st. You can see all the restaurants participating at ocachicago.org.
I'm salivating. Doesn't that all that food look delicious?
It all sounds amazing.
And not the run-of-the-mill stuff. We just get so caught up in just like the Chicago staples. You can really branch out.
There's so much.
So much to enjoy.